Hello people, this is Mark from Courage Change Works. I hope that you're well. My friend Simon from What Is Weight Loss About, check his channel out. It's really good, useful information if you want to lose weight, diet, that kind of thing. He asked me to talk about stubbornness. So here we go. What is stubbornness? If I look at the definition of stubbornness in my own experience, it's basically this dogged determination on not to give in as far as your views or your opinions, plans, etc. is concerned. And the focus is on the dogged determination, this intense, I am not going to change my mind regardless of what you say kind of attitude. That is what the definition says. My experience is also this. People who are stubborn can be the most frustrating people to deal with, because once they get an idea in their head, that's it. There's no amount of persuasion or convincing that you can do to try and get them to alter their thoughts. It is very, very frustrating. All that said, is stubbornness a good or a bad thing, or does it really matter? So let's have a look at this. Right, let's look at the negative first. Yes, it is frustrating. It's annoying. It will wind you up. It will really get on your nerves because you can't actually get this person to actually move on a little bit. When you've got a project or something and this one person's got it in their head, it has to be done this way. That's it. It will be done that way, or that person might walk out and jeopardize the whole project because of their stubbornness. Because they are over doggedly determined to give in. So in that instance, it is a very negative thing where you are limited to one choice or one plan, one way of doing things. Whatever is being discussed at that point in time, you are limited to the stubborn person's views. So that is the negative thing. So is there really any positive things about this? Well, yes, the answer is yes. It's very positive in when you are convinced and you are working from a point of conviction and belief. Again, it's very strong and intense beliefs and conviction and being totally principled about a certain issue, such as, let's look at what's going on at the minute. Transgender, murder, racist attitudes, feminism, veganism. These are just slight examples where some people are doggedly determined not to move away from their views because it has a positive impact on them or maybe the greater society. So it has, when you are principled about something, and your conviction is such that you are not going to shift, then being stubborn serves the person in a positive way. The difficulty is when it serves that person in a positive way, but it jeopardizes other things, then that's not a good thing. I consider myself, I'm incredibly stubborn when it comes down to my principles and my beliefs. Incredibly stubborn. However, I'm also flexible enough to listen to other people's opinion, and if I think their opinion is rubbish or not as good as mine, I shan't move. However, when I see that their points of view or ideas or whatever is better than mine, I will gladly let go of mine, because I try and see the greater good, the bigger picture of what's going on, and therefore I think that I have a fair balance in terms of my stubbornness, but take it as a rule of thumb that I am doggedly stubborn when it comes down to certain things, and even to the point where I will offend certain folk. But then I don't particularly care about how other people feel about my opinions and my beliefs and my convictions, because they're mine, and that is how I like it. Equally the same, other people don't particularly care what I think about theirs, because it's theirs, and that's totally fine also. So why are people stubborn? Well, I've put a few things there. Number one is it might get them rewards or get them what they want. When you are that doggedly determined not to pack in your ideas, people might eventually just give in and give you what you want. And then you run the risk of other consequences of your stubbornness. So there might be places where your stubbornness will get you rewards. Consider a spoiled child. They will kick and scream and perform and cause chaos and all sorts of things till the parent gives in. And then the child has got the reward. And of course, in modern grown-up society, kicking and screaming because you can't get your own way is really a sign of immaturity. It's just something to consider. Think of a spoiled child and how they will get their rewards. The other thing that I've considered is when you've been hurt by people in the past or by situations in the past, your stubbornness might actually be a defense mechanism to keep you safe from further harm. So it nearly acts as like a boundary, a protective thing around you so you don't cross over and get hurt or maybe even hurt other people. Those are the two things that I think of primarily, how I see stubbornness to be a good or a bad thing. Maybe there's some other ideas out there, but at this point in time, that's what I think it is. Now, is it a good thing to be stubborn? I think it is. I think there's a good place for stubbornness. Otherwise, you will just be washed away with every whim of an idea, and you'll end up being confused, and that is certainly not a good idea. So you need to have an element of stubbornness about you, but also not to the point where you become so intensely inflexible that people will see you as standoffish and completely resistant to change, etc., etc. In that case, it's negative. So I hope I've given you some thoughts and some ideas. Maybe you already know this, I don't know, but there you go. Just a little thought on stubbornness and why people might be stubborn. For now, I'm going to ask you just to do all the YouTube admin, the share, the subscribe, the like, the comments, all that kind of stuff. And when you hit the bell, pick the section or the option of all, so that you can get all the videos that we upload every day at 8 p.m. UK time. So there you go, guys. That is it on stubbornness for now. That's it. This is Mark from Courage Change Works, and I'll speak to you soon.